afterwards because he was always about business, always about training, and always about fighting and everything, and never relaxed. I don't think in the 11 and a half years I've known that man, he's made a joke.
Where's he from?
He's from originally Springfield, and that's where he's living now with his family and everything. Springfield, Missouri. Yep. So great guy. Him and my brother run Kokoro kickboxing down in strangely enough, Flippin, Arkansas. The guy spelled Flippin, 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 Arkansas.
Quentin, how did you hook up with Mateo?
I actually heard about the gym from a couple friends. Brandon was a mutual friend of mine, told me about it, and went up there and checked it out. Actually a pretty good fit. I like it a lot.
Find your home?
Yeah, definitely.
How long have you been there?
Since about a month after we opened.
October, maybe?
Yeah, October,
yeah.
That's what I like too about Mateo is that, Quentin came down and just worked hands with me 1 or 2 times, and it was, no problem with yours. It was just a different angle,
Yeah.
I just gave him a different slant. I told him the same thing. If we had anything different, I said, doesn't mean he's right or wrong.
Yeah.
It's just a different way of looking at it. And I think it worked out pretty good. We had some good days.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
It was something.
And actually, I would still, now that this training camp is over with, and now I'm kind of on a little coast, I would still like to get out there. I'd still like to work with Mr. Salupo, Jason. Phenomenal trainer. He was in my corner for this last fight. Very honored. He definitely wasn't kind of expecting the way I fight. He definitely, but I have
a little shocked.
Yeah, he definitely knew I had a little aggression I needed to get out. But he's a phenomenal trainer. If anybody, that's listening that can't make it to me, and I'm not tooting my own horn, but I can definitely teach hands. But if you can't make it to me, and you are living in the St. Peter, St. Charles area, Jason Salupo is the man you want to train with.
Yeah, he's out of the Florissant
Boxing
Boxing Gym.
Yeah.
Jason's a real good trainer, yeah.
Great guy. Great trainer.
Yeah, I'm out there with them guys all the time. That's where I took my guys to when I closed my place, and I'm out there most of the time because I can't seem to let the guys go still. They become like your kids, but
and they do. They absolutely do.
Absolutely.
Mateo, we thought we'd have Mike Simon join us.
Absolutely, yeah.
He said you were coming up to 170 to fight him next now. You're going up another 10.
We're fighting pro rules, and
yeah, you're going to go through each one of your former. No.
Go through all of them. Yeah.
Your brother called too. He said
we thought it went.
We're going to fight him at 200.
Yeah, it was my brother who got me into the kickboxing aspect. I've had to. He promised me. I should have known he was lying. He promised me if I took kickboxing matches and time matches that he would eventually grapple with me on the ground, and that was 11 years ago. So I'm still waiting to get on the ground with him. But I've done boxing matches and kickboxing matches at his request. And I think a lot of MMA fighters, that's what they're lacking. They come in and they try doing just wrestling, and they try falling back on what they're comfortable with, which is a fine thing because there's a lot of them and they're out there and they're doing it and they're winning. But until you actually get in there with someone who you cannot take down, you cannot force to the ground, and you're forced to stand up and bang, I think taking
choir here, brother.
Yeah, I think. As an amateur, boxing and kickboxing is a great way to force yourself to stand up and see where your game's at before you do get put in a situation where you are stuck in there with a guy who can keep it standing and put hands on you.
Well, and it's the same aspect. Yeah, I tell guys, too, that, what does it hurt you? Because, unfortunately, in kickboxing, they make us have to wear headgear still in the States, and across the country. And you fight with bigger gloves.
Yes.
And I think for guys that a first-time match, that especially to get the jitters, you might as well fight with some headgear and bigger gloves for the first time.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about the shoots or anything.
The difference is, too, is you can get beat in MMA in 30 seconds and walk away unscratched. But if you lose in 30 seconds in kickboxing or boxing, it's because you got knocked the half out.
Yeah.
So.
You got hands and feet put on you.
Hey, Mike, we want to congratulate you on your fight Friday night.
Definitely.
Was that the first round stoppage by the referee over Gene Bryant? Gene Bryant was the number 10 ranked 170-pound amateur MMA fighter here in the area, according to Ground and Pound.
Does anything else matter?
No, it doesn't, as a matter of fact. So,
Andy's word.
I'm just waiting to see where I am on the 145 division.
145, Mateo and I have been talking. So
have you competed in?
I'll tell you if that list is crap after I see where I'm at.
This will be the second time.
So we're going to be changing up our website. I guess you'll be taking a look at that over the next couple of days, Mike, because you should expect to see yourself at number 10. We said the best way to get on the list If you're not on the list,
The
beat somebody
old-fashioned
on the list. You want to get higher on the list, beat somebody up higher on the list. So it's, it's a good way to do it because I don't have much to stand on how I made my list in the first place, other than very qualified people giving me good advice.
Well, I
The best in the
definitely
area,
will
really,
say that the best part about the list, specifically for Mike and Quentin and my other fighters as well as myself, we appreciate you putting the list out, so now we know who we have to beat so that we get some.
Makes it a lot more fun.
So it's like thanks for the grocery list. We're going to run through this now.
Trust me, Andy talked to the best promoters and trainers that he could find in this area. He didn't just
the
one
list.
Of the guys I called. So.
Yeah, the list that you put together was absolutely phenomenal, and I don't have any qualms or quarrels about it. I think the list was put together on justification, and there are a couple of fighters out there like Mike that had the one fight and really didn't get to get in and make a statement, and especially against a guy that against a guy like Gene. Don't get me wrong, Gene is a great fighter. He's got phenomenal stand up, and those boys over at Germain's, they don't take fights lightly. So it was a tough fight, and it was a well deserved win, and he worked his butt off for it.
Really was. I was impressed.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we definitely, us at SYG definitely appreciate, Mike carrying our banner in there.
Do you guys have any fights coming up? Anybody coming up?
Actually, I'll let Quentin.
When is it? May what?
Oh, you're gonna fight May 15th.
May 15th.
That'll be Warriors Collide 3, and then Mateo's talking about maybe doing his 145 fight back to his real weight on the April 10th.
It's gonna be terrible.
Fantastic. You're looking forward to it.
He
I
was
guess
asking
you
what
just
you
got done
weighed,
with one,
Andy.
so what's that?
Mateo was asking what you weighed.
170, man. You got to step up for me, man.
That's okay.
Hammy, what do you know?
I'm a gamer, though.
That's a good thing.
I seen you get
If you ever,
slammed by OC in the leg, so I don't know.
What's that?
I seen you get scoop slammed.
Oh, on the CMMA?
Yeah.
Well, that was Steve Knogle, and I
I
invite anybody in the room to step in the ring with Steve Knogle. Not get slammed.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was a lot of fun, actually. And we'll come out to you, sometime and take you guys training.
That would be great.
That's what
actually.
the show's all about.
Yeah.
We'll stick it on the website.
I was just about to say the same thing. Since I'm basically right down the road from you guys, I invite you out. And so
we'll do that sooner than
we're
later.
not gonna give anything away that we can sell, but
nobody does.
We'll absolutely we'll get out there and we'll get our hands dirty for you.
It shows just how you guys, you do the things that on tape that basically everybody else is doing in the MMA world, and maybe show a little something interesting to entice people. We don't expect any secrets to be given out. And especially, you're talking prior to a fight. You're not going to talk about your strategy in a fight. We're not asking.
One of the things
angry submissions.
One thing I like too when you were out in St. Peter's is you always had an open door policy that anybody could come in there and train with you from
and I still do. If anybody on St. Peter's and St. Charles is just saturated with fight camps and everything else. And to be honest with you, it's nice moving back to the city. Because we don't have that problem, and here you make that drive because you want to get better. So he makes the drive about 4 times a week, plus working a construction job during the day. Titus does the same thing. He works his butt off and still makes it out. So it's definitely made us all a lot more. It's definitely made us all a lot more hungry. Being out there. I'm not bound by the whole school thing where I've got the boss and where it's like, okay, I can't do this and I can't do this and I can't show this and I can't show that. So
someone that's never fought before, how do they get started? What do they have to do? Everything. Someone that's never fought before, what's the steps to take?
Actually, to answer that better,
depends on which promotion you're trying to fight.
Yeah, that's true. But actually, asking that questions to 2 fighters who are still very fresh into their career, I think that would be probably an easier question for you guys to answer. I mean, because
how long did you train for your first fight, Mike?
Well, when I got over to stand your ground, I trained about 3 months prior to my fight to get there, and the big thing for me wasn't that I had done a few things with martial arts before that. But the big thing for me was getting into the good fighting shape, right? Because fighting shape is, if you're not used to training, I mean, the cardio it takes to fight a 9-minute fight is just outrageous.
And you do that by
running, grappling every day, sparring. Of course, there's obviously there is no substitute for sparring, but 5-minute, 10-minute, whatever rounds on the bag, go, and every single day, 6 days a week in the gym, we were busting our ass, and there was no